If you've been thinking about getting serious with your money, like actually serious, now's the time. The Motley Fool is offering new members 50% off their iconic stock recommendation service, Stock Advisor. This is the same service that's crushed the market with recommendations that have returned 1,057% since inception, compared to the S&P 500's 180% over that same period. This isn't guesswork. The Motley Fool has a track record of finding companies before they become household names. So if you want to invest smarter and you like saving money while doing it, go to fool.com/listen to claim your 50% off discount off a 1-year term of Stock Advisor. Again, that's fool.com/listen. Returns of 1,057% are from the Motley Fool's product Stock Advisor and measured against S&P 500 returns of 180% as of July 10th, 2025. Past performance is not an indicator of future results. All investing involves a risk of loss. Individual investment results may vary.
Hello, filthy movie lovers. My name is Gentry Austin.
And I'm Casey Scott.
And we're the hosts of the Sin Syndicate, film podcast for something weirdos, anti-criterion bros, and Joseph Sarno aficionados. Join us semi-weekly as we peer into the adults-only theaters and sticky-floored cinemas of the golden age of sexploitation, when the morals were loose, the laws were murky, and the intercourse was all simulated. Find us now on the Someone's Favorite Productions podcast network.
Kulturecast. I'm Chris Stachiw.
And I'm Sean Liang.
I think it burned. 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 Killing me won't bring back your damn money. Oh my god. This fucking movie. Holy shit, Sean.
This is to me like the pinnacle of like Nicolas Cage's like work. To me, like it's like one of our favorites.
This is as bad as it gets.
This is iconic, though.
Yeah. So if you can tell by our yelling, we're going to be talking about The Wicker Man from 2006, the remake of the insanely popular cult classic from 1973 of the same title. But before we talk about that film and continue our screaming, Sean, have you been watching anything this week?
I have not been watching a whole lot of news other than Big Brother, man. I'm just keeping up with Big Brother.
Jesus, this again?
I know. Everyone's hating this season too. I thought this was going to be a good one. I like it, and I thought everyone was on my page, but I guess not. So
I thought everyone else liked it.
I thought I was like new to the party, but apparently I just went to the wrong party.
That's it?
Yeah, that's. I mean, I don't think I've seen anything. Yeah, no, there's not even anything that I want to see right now. Is there? Like at least new.
You should check out Elvis Nixon. I really enjoyed that.
What is that?
It is a movie about the picture of Elvis and Nixon shaking hands in the White House?
Yes.
It is the story behind that picture.
Okay.
And it has Kevin Spacey as Richard Nixon and Michael Shannon as Elvis Presley.
Real interesting. Michael Shannon.
Yeah, it is a really interesting movie. It reminded me a lot of Frost Nixon, the film with Michael Sheen and Frank Langella. It reminded me a little bit of that. So it was really good. I definitely enjoyed it. If you are a fan of, I don't know, interesting kind of character study films that have a fair bit of humor, but also some like really serious bits, check it out. It's an Amazon film. So that's a thing.
That is a thing now, actually.
Yeah, it was really good. I really enjoyed it. You should definitely check it out.
Okay, I'll check that out. Actually, it sounds pretty good. I like Michael Shannon.
But we're not here to talk a good movie.
That's not what we're here for.
This is bad. Holy shit. Let's talk about Wicker Man from 2006. Like I said before, it's a remake of the 1973 film. It's directed by Neil LaBute. It stars Nick Cage, Ellen Burstyn, Kate Behan, Francis Conroy, Lily Sobieski, and in some hilarious cameos. I would call them cameos.
Absolutely.
James Franco.
Oh, yes.
Jason Ritter, and I don't know if you caught it at the beginning, but Aaron Eckhart is in this movie.
I didn't catch
at the beginning.
that.
He plays like the truck stop driver who's like, "Thank you, darling." He has like a goofy mustache and like a trucker cap on.
I did not even notice that.
Yeah, it's pretty.
That's
great.
Awesome.
I was like, when I watched it, I was like, "Is that Aaron?"
I'm surprised. Wow.
Oh. Geez, apparently he has been in a lot of Neil LaBute films, specifically In the Company of Men, and Your Friends and Neighbors, which are films that Neil LaBute did before this film. So he's like a frequent collaborator with Neil LaBute. I think Possession as well. So it's like 3 films of Neil LaBute. So the IMDb synopsis for the film is: a sheriff investigating the disappearance of a young girl from a small island discovers there's a larger mystery to solve among the island's secretive neo-pagan community.
Afternoon.
Sorry about the...
It's okay. I'll get it. Give me your hand!
Edward, I know that we haven't spoken in a few years. I need your help. I have a daughter. Her name is Rowan. She has been missing for 2 weeks now. I fear she is in danger, so now I turn to you. Be careful and believe nothing that you see or hear.
Lost your bearings?
Oh, hey. Sorry, snuck up on me there.
This is private property.
Do you know her?
I don't recognize this child.
Welcome. My little girl is still here. She has been taken by who I don't know.
I'll find her.
If she existed, we would know of her.
Whose desk is this, Rowan? Hello?
You suspect foul play. Hey! Wicker Man returns.
Who's the Wicker Man?
I'm gonna search every inch of this town.
She'll burn to death. She burned to death.
I need your help.
Daddy.
Oh man. Sean, I know you've seen this before. So what is your feelings on this insane mess of a film?
Well, it's funny because when I sat to watch it again, I realized that I had never seen like the first half of this movie. Because it's the kind of movie where like I would catch it on TV all the time, and like I would always catch it at about the same time, and so I know the end of the movie very well. But now seeing it from the beginning, I'm like, oh my god. Because really, all you need is the last half hour of that movie. Because the rest of it is just, I don't know. I found the characters to be overall extremely unlikable. So I didn't really care about anything that was going on. And like the mystery was like it's like it was over the top that I was like it kind of made me disinterested. So this was like, if what this was like a compilation of ridiculous moments that were entertaining, I will have to say, of like Nicolas Cage's best outbursts.
I had never seen this film either. I had only seen like the 5-minute YouTube video of like all of the best parts of the Wicker Man cut together. Exactly. I mean, that's all you really need to see of this movie are like the 5 minutes of it.
Yeah.
Of these scenes of some of the most violence perpetrated against women in screen history.
Yeah.
I mean, Nick Cage full on kicks Lily Sobieski in the fucking face so hard that she flies like 10 feet backwards into a wall of pictures. He straight out decks Diane Delano in this bar. And then the best one is the best is when he's in Sister Beach's bear outfit. And when I say bear outfit, I don't mean like it's like a bear costume. It's like it's a suit a bear.
It's a bear.
It's like someone skinned a bear and just like turned it into a suit.
Sister Beach did.
Yeah. Sister Beach made a suit of a bear suit, and he runs up as his daughter is about to be burned alive at the stake and just fucking sucker punches this woman in the face in this bear costume. I mean, it is insane.
Because there's this amazing wide shot of like, it's in the middle of this festival that they've, this ritualistic, burning. And you see like the whole town in the foreground, and then you see this bear running up the hill, and you see it deck this girl, and she just hits the floor. So just like the visual of that is just so comical, and I don't think it was on purpose. But it's just so funny to see this bear running uphill and punching this girl.
And that, I think, is the biggest thing about this movie that cracks me up is I don't feel like most of this film was supposed to be comical. It wasn't. And, I was reading a little bit about it after the fact, and Nick Cage, would say, oh, the movie was supposed to be absurd, and it was it's an absurdist black comedy. That strikes me a little bit as like what Tommy Wiseau said after The Room came out, where he was like, oh, we know it was supposed to be a comedy. Like, we knew when we were shooting it that this movie was ridiculous and it was supposed to be funny.
That's...
it's like, come on,
that's a little bit of a cop out.
Yeah.
Because what's funny is like, I don't know what it is. I don't think it's his acting. Like, I don't think he's a bad actor in this movie. I just think it's so ridiculous. I don't know. Maybe I'll eat those words, but like, I couldn't figure it out. It was just so...
I don't think...
If you're looking for more horror outside of the mainstream, look no further than Unsung Horrors, a podcast about underseen horror movies. I'm Lance.
And I'm Erica. Every other week, we'll cover a horror movie with fewer than 1,000 views on Letterboxd. We'll even give you double feature recommendations to pair with the movies we discuss.
From gothic to shot on video, from slashers to comedies, from giallo to J-horror. We'll cover all the subgenres. So join us as we unearth these hidden gems of horror.
Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, all at Unsung Horrors, available wherever you listen to podcasts. And part of the Someone's Favorite Productions podcast network.
Nick Cage gave a shit.
Yeah, I get that. I can see that.
But like, I know, I like to believe that everyone who was in this film had good intentions. Yeah. But at one point, do you look around as an actor and say, I am wearing a bear suit, punching a woman in the face.
Yeah.
Screaming and just yelling. I would say if we look at all of Nick Cage's dialogue in this film, 95% of it is him just screaming.
Yeah, especially when it starts to get to
towards like the last third of the film. And that to me is just insane. Yeah. This is the Nick Cage that you have heard about. If that makes sense. Like, this is Nick Cage going
off the handle, sort of
bonkers, just absolutely nutso.
And it's all unjustified.
Screaming, punching women in the face, just acting. He's acting like such a dickhead. Yeah. I mean, there is, the film follows the original Wicker Man pretty closely, like story-wise, including the ending, which I'm glad that they didn't change from the original film, because I enjoy the original film. It has Christopher Lee in it. It is a good film, unlike this film. But I'm glad that they didn't change the ending of the original film, because, I think that would have been a little bit of a cop-out.
It's kind of the whole point of them. I mean,
right, yeah, possibly. But I mean, they could have changed. They could have had him escape at the end.
Yeah, that would have been...
I do want to mention, though, that I'm convinced that the $40 million budget of this film, $39.5 million of it went into building a giant wooden Wicker Man to burn Nick Cage in at the end of the film.
That is absolutely the truth.
Oh my God.
The rest of it was in like some backyard, because
I mean, they're probably paid Lily Sobieski in like fucking sand dollars or something. I mean, I have seen her in all of 2 films. Excuse me, 3 films. I've seen her in Jungle to Jungle, this film, and Deep Impact.
What about Glass House?
I don't even know what that is.
That was one of my favorite, like, kind of lost thrillers. That I actually really like that movie. Lily Sobieski, like, was like a good 5 years. You know what I mean? She was around
Is the title of that film based on the "Don't Throw Rocks when you live in a glass house"?
It really is. It's not really at all, actually. I can't believe you haven't heard of it. It's actually, I really like this thriller. It's got the kid from Jurassic Park 3 in The Sixth Sense. But it's about like these two kids whose parents like die in a car accident and they have to live with their godparents who they've.
And let me guess, their godparents are like insane.
Yeah, and they're the ones who like did it. Yeah, so basically it's like they escape from their new parents, you know? So I like that. I liked that movie, and she kind of was like she was on the verge of becoming like this teen thriller. You know, like she had like a great look. I liked her when she was around, but like she disappeared, and she was in some crappy projects.
Well, and she's retired.
Oh, that makes sense.
Lily Sobieski is like done.
The last thing she did was like Tristan and Isolde, right?
I don't know. The last thing that she did was, I want to say, in like 2009 or last thing that came out that she was in was 2012.
Right.
But I mean,
she done.
I mean, she's not good in this.
No, she can't.
The things that I've seen her in were like children's films or Deep Impact, and that movie is that movie's Deep terrible. She's not good in this film. I don't know if that's because they gave her nothing to do other than be like this, like ingenue, like take me with you, like the sex symbol in the film.
Yeah, that's right. Because then at the
in the end, we'll get to the ending. We'll get to the 6 months later, which I think is just a strange choice for a film like this to even try to say that there's, you know, some greater plan going on.
Yeah.
But I want to talk about Nick Cage a little bit more, because I feel like Nick Cage in this movie, it's almost like he ignored everything he ever learned about acting. Right?
Yeah, it's very different from his. Yes, I agree. And then maybe because like you said, you kind of felt checked out.
I mean, this movie came out a little less than 20 years after Raising Arizona. And I look at Raising Arizona, I look at this film, and I question Nick Cage as an actor and what he thinks is the right idea. I mean, okay, this film came out 11 years after Leaving Las Vegas, the movie that he won the Oscar for.
You know what it does? It kind of feels like that was when his kind of acting sort of went out of style there. You know what I mean? Like the things that were kind of acceptable that we liked in the characters within the movies that he was like, that was all like a part of those worlds that they created. But the problem is I feel like he's miscast now, you know, because he's kind of outdated.
What cracks me up about Nick Cage is that when you think about his acting style in this film, this really is what everybody points to and says Nick Cage is a bad actor.
Yeah, absolutely. And
I don't think he's a bad actor.
Right.
I think he just makes some really, really questionable choices. And this is a kind of questionable choice that it gets a lot of actors never working.
Yeah.
In, where they're just like laughed, you know, they're laughed out of the building. I mean, this is the kind of movie that if it weren't the caliber of star power that is Nick Cage having made this film, that person would never have worked.
Oh yeah. Yeah. If it was like their first movie and they did something like that, it would be like, you would shoo it off as like, oh, they're just not that good.
Yeah. They would never work again. I mean, this movie is a mess.
Yeah.
It is the tone is the tone is all the pacing's even worse than the pacing is worse than anything.
That's the worst part about this movie.
This movie is 102 minutes long. It is 40 minutes too long.
It is. It really is, though.
It could have been an episode like of a TV show.
That's exactly. Yeah, I would have sat through an hour long of that. You know.
And then you have people that are wasted. Nick Cage, absolutely wasted. Frances Conroy, who we know can be a good actress. I mean, 6 Feet Under, American Horror Story.
I love her. Yeah, that's the thing.
And in this movie, she's given about as much to do as Lily Sobieski.
Exactly. She takes photographs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the whole underlying thing is this all was set up from the beginning. And, I have a hard time believing the people of Summersisle were that smart to set this all up. Because at the end of the film, for those of you who don't know, Nick Cage gets burned alive in the titular Wicker Man. Yeah. And it's revealed that, like, everybody who he has run into in this film
for like the last 2 years,
right, is a fucking whatever, a confederate of these yahoos on this island.
I didn't believe for a second that the cop and those people that he
didn't save from the car at the beginning of the film are women of this island.
Well, those women were on the island at the end.
Right, but I didn't believe for a second that even made any sense.
No. The whole thing, though, I think because they kind of play with it being like supernatural with it when he like remembers back and he like sees bees in the car instead of the girl. I don't know if that was like supposed to be like
subconsciously.
Yeah, like I don't know. That was so weird to me. That was confusing to me. Like I didn't know if they were implying that it was all set up and for like the last 2 years he was under this like spell of this like goddess, or like if they were just fucking with him. You know what I mean? Like it just didn't make sense. Either way, I was confused.
Well, and I think that's my whole problem with this movie is there are some choices that are made that bring nothing to the film. They more detract than anything else. Why was Nick Cage having these weird hallucinations / flashbacks?
That's what I'm saying. Like that whole thing was unnecessary and confusing.
It wasn't even. Yeah, it made no sense. It added nothing because those flashbacks didn't do anything. It felt like they were just like, all right, well, we're in post-production and the movie is not long enough, so let's 30 seconds, we'll do them 6 times, so it'll give us another couple minutes on the film, and we'll just have Nick Cage for some reason hallucinating these scenes.
Yeah. And the reason it feels like it's dragged out because if they didn't have that, if they didn't have those hallucination scenes, like we would instantly realize, because it's already super obvious from the beginning, that his wife is sketchy as hell. And that this whole thing is being dragged out for no reason. We would know.
And he knows she's sketchy.
Yeah, and we do too.
He even says it. He's like, every time I turn around, something is going wrong, and you don't seem to care.
Yeah, and the audience is like, well, that's because she's screwing with you. Like, we know that. You know what I mean? Like, from the beginning, we know this. And so it's like they're trying to distract us from the shit we already know is coming, you know?
This is one of those films that treats the audience like
like, look, let's dangle some shiny objects over here.
It really does. It treats the audience like a bunch of dum-dums.
And then we're just sitting here like, what the hell are we looking at? Like,
I'm pretty sure anyone with half of a brain would have realized that Nick Cage is in like deep shit the second he's on that island.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
They don't even like make any bones about it. I mean, the first thing that he does when he's on the island is he runs into those assholes holding the like a bag, like a burlap bag that has like blood dripping off of it, and they fuck with him. They're like, "Oh, come take a look," and then they like jump it at him.
Yeah, and then we still don't see what's inside, and then we're all left
because it's a dead body.
Yeah, exactly. We're like, wait a minute, now we're all really questioning what's in that sack.
Yeah, like we don't know what's in the goddamn sack. It's a dead body.
Yeah, we know.
But I think the real issue with this movie is the pacing. I don't think the acting aside, I think you can just look at the acting as everyone involved just didn't give a shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Or didn't give a shit, but like you said, they checked out. Yeah. The pacing in this movie, there's a good movie in here somewhere. I feel like and I will say this, and I know this I might catch some flack for this, but I feel like there is a good movie in here.
I agree.
Somewhere.
There's definitely an interesting story to be told here, and I think that it's even apparent in what they've got. But
how do I know that this is a good story that needs to be told? Because they already told it once, and it's a cult classic.
They already did it.
Right?
Oh man,
it is such a strangely paced film, because I feel like for half of the movie nothing happens. It's just Nick Cage. It's just Nick Cage like looking around, thinking he's seeing his daughter. It turns out it's his daughter. Maybe. Who knows? Yeah. He's looking around and he's trying to suss out where his daughter is. And then after he's locked in that underground tomb crypt, which I'm not even sure why that exists.
Nothing is ever explained.
Right, yeah, nothing is explained. After that is when he just starts like perpetrating some hilarious over-the-top violence against the other characters in the film.
This is that's the only...
But that's the turning point.
Which is like the last 20 minutes?
20, 30, yeah.
But that is like the memorable part of this movie, and that is like the end of it. And
But the whole interactions that he has with all the characters in the first half of the movie, if it were me or you, or like I said, anyone with half a brain, you would realize that these people are weird as fuck.
Right, and that
they're not just being strange; they're up to no
exactly.
good.
And the fact that you're alone there, like that's just ridiculous to me. Like that, like there's nothing logical about what happens, what he does.
And then he finds the pilot of the plain dead, and that just doesn't really faze him.
He's just like, oh.
But I mean, there are some the things that everybody talks about from this movie are the how'd it get burned scene, which is nuts.
Yeah,
it has to be. You have to watch it to be believed. And so we're gonna play the clip.
Oh, thank God.
We're gonna play the clip so we're gonna play some of the clips from the movie because I want people to hear this.
You just need to hear it. All you have to do is hear it.
You have to hear this. It is absolutely bananas.
Oh, God.
Well, we keep talking about this how'd it get burned scene.
Oh, absolutely.
So we're actually going to do a first here, and we're going to play the clip for you so you can hear what we're talking about, because I'm pretty sure the best way to understand what we're talking about is to just hear it.
Absolutely.
So this is Nick Cage asking, how did it get burned?
This hers? Tell me!
Yes, I think it's... Yeah.
How'd it get burned? How'd it get burned? How'd it get burned? How'd it get burned?
I don't know!
I think the best part about that scene is the look on his face.
Yeah, you better post that picture too.
He is like, it's almost like crying, sort of.
With veins exploding out of his neck, yeah. And his hair dancing. Oh, I love it.
I really wonder sometimes about the choices that he makes as an actor.
That's true. That's one of the ones where he you could tell he went all in, and even he might not have known if that was the right choice. But he commits. And
like we've said, there's something to be said for going all in. But I think even in this movie, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah. It's a little unjustified.
Everybody else is not doing that.
Right. And it's not like we get to see this relationship with his daughter. You know what I mean? We never get to see that. For the whole time, actually, the first time he mentioned it, I thought it was someone else's daughter. Because he said, how did you, and the father, he said something about the father. And I totally missed that. So but we never get to see this relationship. So it doesn't really matter to us. I don't care.
But we're supposed to believe it does. That's the problem.
Right. We're supposed to care.
And that's what cracks me up is I didn't care one bit about him trying to find his daughter or someone else's daughter.
Yeah, me neither.
Because it's just so the film itself is just so bad and goofy, and it almost feels like it is just being driven to set up these crazy scenes with Nick Cage just screaming and punching women in the face in a bear costume.
Yeah, that's pretty much the end goal.
I don't know if they were actually trying to tell a coherent story.
We need to make sure he punches the bear woman in the face.
Right. As long as he punches a woman in the bear suit, everything will be okay. We'll get all sorts of likes and retweets and shares on YouTube.
Exactly.
And I was trying to think about it. I wasn't offended by the violence against women in this movie because it's so fucking insane.
Yeah, it's over.
It's not like the guy is being, he's raping a woman and doing all sorts of just really vile shit. It's cartoonish.
Yeah, exactly. And everyone is kind of extremely unpleasant.
Including Nick Cage. He is an ass character. He is a dickhead.
No one cares. I don't care about anybody in this. I don't trust anybody. And Nick Cage he's just on a rampage. And it's unjustified to us.
And there's this subplot about him being allergic to bees.
Yeah.
And at the beginning of the movie, he goes into the bar where Sister Beach is the bartender, or Brother Beach, I guess. He smashes a bee, even though he knows that they make honey in this place. He smashes a bee with his beer stein.
His mead cup.
He smashes it. It's you shouldn't have done that. He's I'm allergic. Sorry.
Now, why would you do a thing like that?
He is such a fucking asshole.
Yeah,
he is an asshole in this film.
Yeah.
And I don't feel any sympathy for him as a character for what happens to him at the end of the film. He's not one of those sympathetic protagonists that at the end I'm oh, that's a real bum.
Yeah, the whole time.
I was he kind of had it covered.
Exactly. You're well, if he wasn't dumb and if he wasn't a jerk,
he could have left at any point too.
Yeah, that's the thing. He could have, which is probably smart, which is what any smart person would have done when he realized he was surrounded by a cult.
And the end of the film, when the character of Summersisle and his wife kind of the flip is, or the switch is flipped, I didn't believe it for a second. They were like, oh, now we're going to kill you. You are the sacrifice that we have waited so long for, which, by the way, they're kind of rules for how someone has to be sacrificed and what the rules are for, like, this is a good sacrifice versus this is a unworthy sacrifice.
Yeah,
those rules are a little strange.
Yeah, I still don't get that. Like, how
they must be blood, but not pure blood. They have to be related through blood. Like, what?
Right. You're all of our.
You guys set this shit up a little too much, a little too specific. They must be blood, pure blood, but with receding hairline and widow's peak. And they must only speak in screams, not in normal inside voice.
Yes, that's exactly.
Oddly, these things are all you, Nick Cage. Oddly, everything we listed is what you are. So that's
how you have to die. And we're all like, okay with that.
Nick Cage, Edward Malus, which is man and phallus mixed together. And no, I'm not making that up. That's his character's last name. That was the reason his last name is that. Because get it? It's a matriarchal society.
No way.
So, it's so funny. The other scene that I want to play from this film, and I think that this is the one that most people talk about, and the one that I think is, it was our title for this month's Nick Cage retrospective, is the Not the Bees scene.
Yes.
Which, by the way, so in the version of the film that I watched, that scene wasn't in the film.
Really? Which one did you watch?
So in the version that I watched, I guess that was an unrated alternate ending.
Oh.
Because it just had Ellen Burstyn and his wife Kate Behan. They were just like staring down at him, and it was like a kind of like a voiceover where you could like hear him being like, "Oh no, my legs! You're all." My favorite line of the movie, bitches, you're all bitches. I mean, that all took place off screen.
Oh yeah, that was all a voiceover. Yeah.
Yeah, that for me when I was watching it, I didn't get to see the bees scene or him having his legs broken. It was all just voiceover.
Oh, that's interesting.
But it did have the ending coda, which we will talk about. But yeah, it didn't have any of that, which was really disappointing because I had heard so much about it, and then when I was at the end of the movie, I was like, "What? Like, where is this scene? Where is the scene that everybody talks about?"
Yeah, that's disappointing.
Yeah. So, we're gonna play one more scene from the movie, and this is the torture scene / not the bees scene. So, enjoy some more of Nicolas Cage's hilarious overacting.
Hey, this is Jason Kleberg from the Force 5 podcast, a show that forces a guest to come up with a movie-themed top 5 list topic, and then we reveal our picks on air. Top 5 heist films, top 5 tearjerkers, top 5 movie dogs. Every show you'll be asking yourself, what would be on my list? Guests include directors, screenwriters, actors, podcasters, musicians, authors, and even a professional wrestler. Subscribe to the Force 5 podcast, and you won't just be a listener, you'll be a list nerd. The Force 5 podcast, available wherever you're listening now.
You bitches! This is murder! Murder! You'll all be guilty! And you're doing it for nothing! Killing me won't bring back your goddamn honey!
But I know it will.
It's like so clearly not his legs.
How can it? I'm not one of you! I don't believe in your God! I don't believe in sacrifice!
I can see why they edited this out of the actual film.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh God. No, stop moving! Ah! What is it? What is it? Well, what is that? What is that? What is it? Oh, no, not the beast! Not the beast! Ah! Open my eyes! Eyes!
Do you think that he had to also be allergic to bees? Was that a requirement of the sacrifice? He also has to be allergic to bees.
He's perfect.
He has everything we could ever have wanted in a sacrifice.
It's just his destiny.
And then they EpiPen his ass at the end. She's like, we have to keep you alive.
Yeah.
I would think that him dying to the bees rather than being burned alive would be better for sacrificing him.
Right? And doesn't that make sense with the whole bee theme?
Yeah, but come on. Clearly no one cared. No one cared about writing this film. Oh, Lord in heaven. Let's talk about the coda, and then we'll wrap this up. So the end of the film, which has been edited out in some releases of the film, features sisters Willow and Honey, which would be Sobieski and Kate Behan, entering a bar to talk to two more police officers, because Nick Cage is a police officer in the film. And these police officers are played by none other than Jason Ritter and Mr. James Franco. And I guess they're setting up another sacrifice.
Yeah, the next elaborate scheme for the next couple years.
Right.
Because they're going to have a child. Then they're going to have
and
to
then they're
wait
going to have to become allergic to bees.
Yeah.
And the end of the film is so strange. It has Nick Cage screaming and the buzzing of bees over Lily Sobieski just like smiling.
Yeah, and this weird like asymmetric frame. It's really weird.
It is such a strange choice, but man, what a pair of balls on them to try to set up a sequel.
Yeah, with James Franco and Lily. I would watch that actually.
Well, she's retired.
That's right, so ain't gonna happen.
Your dream has been dashed. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
sir.
maybe she'll come back for that triumphant sequel.
Yeah. Oh, the Wicker Man 2.
Part 2.
Wicker Man 2, not the bees. Oh, God. Movie is a real disappointing film as a film, but if you look at it as a compilation of YouTube clips, it's fantastic.
It really is.
It's really it succeeds as a compilation of terrible clips that you can watch over and over again. And you know what? I bet the person who's most happy is Johnny Ramone, who the film is dedicated to.
That's right. I noticed that. I was like, oh, John.
Dedicated to Johnny Ramone. Yeah, he's fucking turning in his grave.
Someone was really pissed at Johnny.
Right? Oh, God. Well, Sean, skip it or watch it in best performance.
I gotta say watch it. Just because, not because it's good. Watch it because you'll be glad you did. Like... You'll just be glad you did. Like you may not ever want to watch it again, but it's worth. Like I'm very glad I saw it from the beginning this time. Like it's definitely an enigma. And here's the thing. Like I love Neil LaBute as a playwright. Like I've known him as a playwright first, and I'm actually shocked that this was very much under his creative control. I don't know. I think it's worth a watch just because of how meme-tastic it is. If anything, look it up on YouTube. Best performance. I mean, Nick Cage was yelling. If it didn't sell you just now, I don't think it ever.
Yeah, if those clips didn't sell you.
Yeah.
To be fair, though, that's pretty much half of all the clips you need to watch.
That's true. That's basically, if you can put a picture to that, then you'll be good.
Right?
I actually did like Ellen Burstyn, actually. She's probably what I remembered that I liked her. I want to see her in other things now. Because I remember her in Requiem for a Dream, and I loved her in that. But, yeah. So, I don't know. As far as like actual performances go, I guess she was my favorite. But nothing beats the performance of How to Get Burned.
The Cage.
Yeah.
Of the one and only Cage.
Of the Cage.
For me, it's a skip, but I would say watch the like 3-minute clip on YouTube. And we'll have that in the podcast description, so you don't have to go searching for it. But I would say, yeah, it's a skip. It's not a good movie. It is just, it has some funny bits, unintentionally funny. They're not played for humor at all. And you're right. I mean, it's strange. Neil LaBute is a really fantastic playwright, and this didn't really hurt his career either.
Yeah, no.
So it's not like he disappeared off the face of the earth after.
No, they kind of brushed that fact underneath the rug a little bit.
Yeah. It's okay. He wrote it, but don't worry about it.
It's okay.
Yeah. And best performance, I'm going to have to go with that bear suit. I mean, for real, that bear suit, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Best bear suit in a Hollywood film.
That's the truth. It really endures.
What do you think the film has on Rotten Tomatoes?
That's a good question. I guess I'm gonna say it's a movie that we love to hate. So I'm gonna say like a 35%.
You would be way off
really?
By a large margin. Really? 15%.
Whoa.
Puzzlingly misguided, Neil LaBute's update, The Wicker Man, struggles against unintentional comedy and fails.
Yeah, exactly right.
I would completely agree. It does struggle against the unintentional comedy, and it is way funnier than it should be.
Yeah. It
is way funnier than it should be. Well, before I talk about this Thursday's Kulturecast, Sean, I'm sure you've got something you would like to plug or talk about.
Yeah, give Ghost and Stuff Inc. a subscribe on YouTube. We've got some really fun stuff coming out, and I'm excited to see what they do in the future. My episode, it will be it's pinned on my Facebook page, so give that a look. And as always, you can follow me on Twitter. I'm Seanifer, and on Facebook, I'm Sean Liang.
And you can follow me on Twitter at Kulturestash, and head on over to cultureshock.com for movie reviews, video game reviews, and all kinds of exciting stuff. The Kulturecast is on iTunes and Stitcher Radio, and if you give us a favorable review on iTunes, it'll help us and help other people that love movies find us. Big thanks as always to Wovoka for the intro-outro music for the podcast. That song you're hearing is Lament off their first album. And if you want to make sure that I don't have to stick Sean in a Wicker Man so that we can get money for the website, head on over to Patreon. Yeah, right. We need the harvest. It won't bring your goddamn movies. Head on over to patreon.com/culture_shocked and kick a couple dollars our way. It'll help us keep the lights on, and it'll help Sean stay out of the Wicker Man.
Yeah, I like my legs.
This Thursday, we're going to be talking about Joe. It is a more recent Nick Cage film that is actually good. So that's a thing. A good movie that he's been in recently? What? I don't believe it.
Recently?
I don't believe it. So, yeah, join us for that one and check it out.